All right, well, we have a very special guest this morning and first baby, excuse me, and that is, if you are familiar with one of our first workshops with Jasmine Starr, or Jasmine's first workshop, we had a 5-day workshop that was a wedding, and a real live wedding. Some people think it wasn't real, but it was. And so we are thrilled to have back Laura Marchbanks and Billy with their 3-week-old baby, Brady. So welcome, Laura, and thank you so much for coming back.
How are you? All right, we're going to try to heat this up a little bit before we get started. So what we're going to do, since we did this yesterday, but since he is out, and tell me his name one more time. Brady, Mr. Brady, let's have you sit right here. Now, typically in the studio, I would actually not have mom holding the baby. If she brought him up in a car seat or anything like that, I would have her not holding him. In this case, he's out and he's just been fed, so there's no problem here. Probably not going to get hungry too quick. Brady is down to a diaper, correct? Yes. Okay. Now, in our studio, we do naked babies every day, all day. However, since we have a virtual audience, and there are tens of thousands of millions and trillions of people out there, we certainly don't want to offend anyone. Culturally, some people are not comfortable with that, so we are going to keep a diaper cover on him today, or even just the diaper. So just keep that in mind. That's a personal preference. You also have to decide when your client comes in what their comfort level is. Very, very rarely do I have a client tell me they do not want naked shots. Most clients come in expecting to do little naked shots, and that's what we want. But there are many cultures when a client perhaps from a different country comes in, and they will make it very clear we do not want any, and some of it is nudity, including tops on little girls and things like that. So that's okay. It's just better to listen and to know what their preferences are and to go from there. So are we getting it? This one is, I think it's blowing every time. Yeah, we've lost power again. Unfortunately, that's the downside, is the circuits blow. So he's out, and I may just go ahead and get started. A couple things. In my studio, we have heating pads. We have hand sanitizer. We can go ahead and let's just have her slip him in that if we can. We have hand sanitizer. We make a big deal about that. When a client comes in, we always ask before we touch the baby, and before we touch the baby, once we ask, I will take a bottle of hand sanitizer and I spray it on, I put a little on my hands, and right in front of mom, I'll usually say something like, "Oh my gosh, that's so cold." Now, I say that to every client that comes through here, and it sounds kind of silly, but what is it that I'm really doing when I do that? Kind of acknowledging that I know you have a brand new baby and that this baby is, very precious and we want to take care. So when she sees me do that, it's not even something she thinks about. It's just sort of adding to that level of, okay, you really care about my baby. Oh, he does have a little cute diaper. Okay, perfect. We'll leave him in his diaper. So that is typically how we will do a baby. Now, mom would not be holding the baby at this time, but we would have a conversation. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to kind of talk to you as if you were a mom coming in. We're going to go through some of the things that I just want you to know during the session. Number one, posture is really important. Yes, ma'am. And I know that's not the easiest stool. Don't fall off of it. But what happens when you sit up straight? It obviously is very slimming through here. It gives you a very nice neckline. So I'm constantly going to be saying, okay, go ahead and sit up straight. Go ahead and sit up straight. Thank you. And we talked about that. She's now thanking me, where if I just said it during the session, you know what, sit up straight, it's an irritant to a client. So we have that conversation. So posture is really important. The next thing I want you to remember, it's very natural when you're holding a baby to actually separate your thumbs from your fingers, just like you're doing here. We typically do that, but when you do that, it looks like you're gripping, or it's a little more masculine. So I'm constantly going to be saying, tuck your thumbs in. When I say that, don't hide them. We need you to have one, but just bring them into your fingers. So just if I say thumbs in, that's what I'm looking at there. The next thing is, if he were naked, which he's not, I would warn you that you're probably going to get wet. In fact, I would warn you, you're probably going to get worse than that. And so what I would tell you is that there's a 99% chance you're going to get wet. And when he goes, I want you to lift him off of you and just let him go right on the floor. Is that okay? And moms usually are like, are you sure? Are you sure? And I explain to them, it's so much easier for us to clean up off the floor. And if honestly you get wet, he will not go next to you again. It'll be cold and uncomfortable. So yes, please go right on the floor. Now, a tip that we have, I mentioned it yesterday, is when I tell a mom that, I never put a background. If I had a naked baby, this background would not be under this chair, because obviously if she lifts him out and he goes on the background, that's more work for me. So we mentioned it yesterday. You can buy a tablecloth, a plastic tablecloth, put it under the stool, and that way if the baby goes, it's a 2-second cleanup job and no big deal. In our studio, we have wood floors, so typically it's not a problem for us. But if you're in somebody's home, you need to be cognizant of that. If you're using a background, there's no reason to ruin it, unless maybe you were doing a Madonna shot where it's a full standing sweep. then your background's going to get wet, but you're going to have a show-stopping image, so that's okay. The next thing is a lot of times when, and I need a doll if you don't mind, a lot of times when you're holding a baby, in fact, I think they went this way. Oh, have you got one over there? Oh, very cool. This poor baby has no clothes. Okay, I lied. We're doing a naked baby, okay? With fur on him, a furry naked baby. All right, so when you're holding a baby, and I do use a doll, and I do always show the client everything I'm doing with a doll. When you're holding the baby, if I have you holding him close to you and I say, look at him, it's very natural to kind of pull back like this. When you do that, that creates unwanted lines through here. So a lot of times, and you don't want that, right? So a lot of times I'm going to say chicken neck. Now I know it sounds silly, but it kind of reminds me of like chickens in the yard. And so what I want you to do is if I say chicken neck, that just means stick your neck out and you're almost faking looking down. And what that does is keep your neck nice and long and elongated. So if I say chicken neck, this is it. If I say sit up straight, I want you to sit up straight. If I say thumbs in, thumbs in. Last but not least, I will be asking you to kiss the baby. So if I say go ahead and give him a kiss, I actually do not want you to pucker, because when you pucker, you actually get lines through here. Nobody likes those either. So you're just going to put your lips as close to his skin as you can without touching it, and just keep them soft, no smile, and that's all I need from you. So real quickly, sit up straight, thumbs in, chicken neck. You got it? Very good. Kiss the baby, you got it. So you got all of them, and don't get wet. In this case, you won't. So we're going to go ahead. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I should keep that because we're going to go through the poses. So what I'm going to do is a series of poses today. They're some of my favorites. Now, if she were a client, this is how I would speak to her. For you, educationally, these are the 5 poses. I'm going to show you. You can set a timer if you like. Again, it's cold in here is my only concern. If it doesn't work, it's because of the temperature, not because it doesn't work, but I'm pretty sure he's out. So we're going to go through this series of poses. These are the 5 poses in 20 minutes that are guaranteed to be a beautiful session. We're going to do those real quickly. So once I start shooting, I'm not going to stop at all because I want to get through this series and show you really and truly how fast it is. Also want to remind you, this is not all I do. This is the first thing I do because I want to make sure I have the money shots, and then I have the rest of the time to do what I want. So we're going to slowly start unwrapping him, take the first blanket off. I should have had her do that while I was having this conversation. I need to acclimate his body to this temperature because it is quite chilly. The other problem is my hands are very chilly. So we have heating pads we use all the time in the studio, and heaters and things like that, but this is the most common technique. I'm going to start a fire over here, right? That scare you? All right, sorry, hang on to this for a second. One more time. My hands are really cold, I promise you, so I will have to touch the baby if that's okay. And I have washed them, I promise. All right, and this is Helen, by the way. I haven't introduced Helen today, so Helen, say hi to everybody. Helen has actually been with me for 7 years now. 8 years, holy cow. Helen has actually started out as a photographer, as a very right out of school photographer, and has become the most amazing photographer with babies. She is our baby expert when I'm on the road and does a fantastic job. So she will be assisting me today. Now what happens is people out there are going to say, but I don't have an assistant. Well, remember, I shot for the first 13 years alone. Everything I learned to do it alone. So if at any point I decide I want to prove to you it can be done alone, I may have her step out. But otherwise, just to speed things up, because we have a couple extra babies today, we're going to make that happen. All right, I'm almost there. All right, he is so good and out. That's perfect. I'm just going to go ahead and comb her hair a little bit. Now, with combs in the studio, I'm going to show you this later. We actually have combs that we provide our clients with our name on them they can keep. So we are able to comb their hair as we go and brush it out of the way if they don't mind, which we always ask before we touch a client. We never physically put our hands on a client. I will ask a client during a session, and I'll probably do it to you today because it's habit. I'll usually say, I'm going to move your hair. Is that okay? I'm going to move this. Is that okay? And about the 3rd time I ask, I stop asking, because at that point I've broken that barrier. As long as I don't touch anything that's not appropriate, they don't care. All right, let's go ahead and take off that other blanket if we can. Now the first pose we're going to get him in pretty quickly so he stays nice and toasty warm. And that's another thing we didn't talk about. These poses are made to keep the baby super close so they stay super warm. Oh. There you go, and just kind of, oh, hey, bud. All right, just put him up against your skin for a second, and we're just going to gently keep that, just so he doesn't get too cold. There you go. Okay, the first pose that we're going to do, I'm going to help you with it. You got it. His body is going to go right up against your chest, and his little cheek should be about cheek to cheek with you. Now, I want you to make a big nest, but I really need you to wrap it in really tightly. So most people do this, then they have big elbows out there. I need you to tuck it in. Your hands are going to go all the way in. So what's going to happen is you're going to end up with a tight little nest. It's going to keep him nice and warm, and we'll start there. And I am so sorry. I know I'm going to startle him because I know my hands are chilly, but I'll let you do as much as you can. Rotate him around at least. If I startle him, it's going to be, he's going to wake up. So there you go, little man. All the way, let's go up on this side if you don't mind. There you go. There you go. Big, nice nest. Hello, bud. All right, I'm going to touch him just a little bit so he can get used to that cold temperature. That's perfect. Take this hand and slide him up so his cheek is closer to you. There you go, bud. Hi. There you go. And tilt your head towards him if that's okay. Got it right there. And tuck this hand underneath him. And you can feel how cold my hands are, so I'm trying not to help here. All right, bring your nose that way a little bit more. Good girl, right there. I'm going to physically move his head if that's okay, just in this way. I know, but I'm sorry. That's so mean, huh? I knew that was going to happen. All right, now, again, imagine that there were no diaper. I'm going to just do a test shot real quick. And I need to see I'm coming up here, right? Okay, good. Okay, so turn your nose this way a little bit more, and I'm going to have you swing your body around a little bit more. Drop this hand down a tiny bit to cover that diaper if you can. Now this, I'm actually not going to say too much. We talked about it yesterday. I keep forgetting. There you go, right there. But we're hiding all the little boy parts. Good. Your eyes out at the camera. We're not going to do a big smile because he's not going to smile at all. Drop that front hand down to cover that diaper up just a little more. There it is, right there. Good. Nice tall back. Beautiful. Chin out just a little bit. Right there. Beautiful. Thumbs are good. Right there. There's one. Oh, good. And soft smile. There you go. Right there. Hold on. Let me just see where he's going. Good. He's all over the place. Good. Now tilt your head in towards him and just close your eyes. Extend your chin out just a little bit more right there. Beautiful. And I'm just waiting for his little tongue. There you go. Hold on. Just give me one finger. Good. Helen, turn his head. Your hands might be warmer than mine. Turn his head just a little bit more. I've got a lot of shadow in there, so I got to get this in here a whole lot more. This room is eating a lot of my light, so I'm going to see if I can bounce in a little more light. There we go. That's going to be too much. Kicker. All right. All right, Helen, go to the side so I can focus right there real quick. Hold on. Yeah, hang on 1 second. Let me just get a light test. That's much better. Turn your nose towards the light just a little bit more and pull her hair back, Mom's hair back. And the same thing, we're just going to have you tuck this hand down just a tiny bit more. Okay, Helen, you can just pull back a little bit. And got it? All right, right there. Good.
Do you want me to do the hand thing or
no? No, not this time. Good, right there. Good, right there. There's one. Beautiful. Now just bring your nose in towards him. Close your eyes again. And actually bring him away from you just a little bit and put your lips right on the side of his, there he goes, right there. That's beautiful. We're going to work right there. Hold on a second. I'm waiting for his eyes. Tuck your hands back behind a little bit more. The more of him we see, the better. There it is. Just waiting for him. Helen, just pull that hair back just a little bit on both sides, on Mom. Beautiful. Oh, hold on. Waiting for that little tongue. Relax right there. Hold on. Just waiting for his face. You can see the redness in his face. Beautiful. And one more real tight. Drop your hand down even more. There you go. Beautiful right there. Turn your nose towards the light. You can keep your eyes closed though. There you go. And she's got one little hair on her chin. You got it right there. He's just, look how red he is. He's like, what are we doing, Mom? And you can see he's just busy. So what I'm waiting for is moments like that. Because if he's going to be opening and closing his eyes, I have to kind of time it to when he's a little bit in a good space. Right there, I'm waiting for it, Mom. Just relax your lips. I'm waiting for it. 1 second, Helen. Right, almost there. I'm just waiting for his eyes. Because he's kind of in what we call the in-between. He's half, there we go. Half open, half closed. Beautiful. Now let me see the doll. Okay, so keep him right there. The next shot we're going to do, I'll help you with him, but you're in this position. We're going to rotate him around. His little bottom's going to come up above your chest, and then we're going to have you hold. I want you to make a little cup, thumbs in, and really behind his head as much as possible. So his little toes should be kind of touching you right at your chin. And I'm going to go ahead and let you start to turn him. God, I don't know why my hands are so darn cold.
I'm really glad for the diaper at this point.
Yeah. Oh, did he poop? I thought that's what that little red face means. You're going to bring your legs this way a little bit. Oh, I know, bud. It's so hard being a supermodel so early, huh? Right out of the gate. And I want you to pay attention to the tools we're using. This Manfrotto stand is incredible. It gives me all that speed. I don't have to worry about knobs. Oh, that's awesome. Swing this way a little bit more if you don't mind. There you go, right there. And I'm gonna tuck this hair here and then cover your ear just a little bit. Oops, lost it. There we go. Cool. Okay, we're good, Helen. Oh, that was not me. He did it. Good. Okay, turn now. This is perfect, but I want to see your chin out and I want to see more of him. So start turning this way a little bit and torque his little head this way a bit more. Good, and I have to get that light in his face, so start moving his, actually lean his body. There it is, right there. So you can see how that light came out. I know, sweet pea. We're so mean. Tilt your head away from me, then I can see a better profile on you as well. So right there, tuck your thumbs in. Good, just like that. And the more I can see his face, the better. So just kind of turn him out, chin out a little bit more. Good, that's beautiful. Let me just check the light real quick. Okay, that should be really nice. There's one that's beautiful. Aww. Two, that's good. Now, before, oh, that's beautiful. Before I have you do this, I'm gonna go back to the camera. But what I want you to do is you're gonna tuck your one hand on top of the other, since he's so tiny. I'm gonna have you bring him towards you and tilt it. First, we're gonna tilt his head way out. Your lips are gonna end up right there, but before you do it, babies don't like it, so I'm gonna be ready for it. So tilt him, and your lips go right here, no puckering. And we just really want a nice shot of his face. Tuck that thumb in, way under, I know. And I'm gonna lift him up. He's actually sinking too far down again. Ready, 1, 2, 3, I know. There you go, now lift him way up. Oh, I got a surprise. Can I have a tissue? Let's go ahead and change him real quick. Actually, let's take a tiny break and actually change him and wash our hands. All right, I'm out of here. I need the soap. Thanks.
Wash first.
Let's just talk. Oh, okay.
I will
right.
eventually if we need it, but right now I need to go really fast. So on this one, just kind of let.
That's right. That's right. Great idea.
So would you guys mind just quickly sharing one, like, maybe aha moment you had yesterday, something that really inspired you, that just, like, really touched your heart? So go ahead and start with Karin here. So introduce yourself and just share something from yesterday.
My name is Karin Daldorf, and my Twitter handle is KD Photobooks. I think my aha moment was when Sandy said that you're selling yourself, not a product. And I think that is really important. I think having that relationship with a mother and with the children really makes things, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm Stephanie Franchi from Los Angeles, California, and my Twitter handle is @SJFRANJ. And Karin kind of stole mine, but another one that kind of hit me yesterday was never look at it as a what's in it for me attitude. So.
Awesome. Carol?
I'm Carol Davis from Southern Maryland. My Twitter handle is @CarolDavis65. I would say my moment was more of a quote, and that was, if you want to leave footsteps in the sand, you have to get your butt out of it.
Hi, I'm Omar Gonzalez. I'm from New Jersey, and I think my aha moment was definitely not putting your images out there, because that's a big thing. When you're thinking about making sales and things, I think the biggest thing was just keeping the images yourself until you're ready to sell them. So I think that was very important.
Should I go? My name's Karen Meisner. I'm from Elmira, Ontario, Canada, and super excited to be here, by the way. My aha moment was definitely that it's about not necessarily making money, but making time for yourself and your family and spending with people that you love. So that was my big thing that I took away from yesterday.
Stole mine. My name's Nathan Chilton, and I'm, my Twitter handle is @NathanChilton, and I'm from the Sacramento area, east of there. And a lot of things got to me, but the 1300 Club idea kind of resonated with me, and practically speaking, the calendar, the whole calendar planned out 4 weeks in advance kind of thing, color-coded and all that, that I'm going to be implementing that as soon as I can figure it out. So that was really, and then seeing how that tripod works blew my mind.
Yay.
All right, Sandy, we're
All
going
right.
to jump back over to
We're
you.
gonna keep going because it's
Yep.
10 o'clock and we have 5 babies over
Yep.
there. So we're on a mission here. Okay, so we were in this pose. I'm not gonna have her put him back in there because I got a great shot of that. Normally I'd have a little more time. I got a bonus though, so it's all right. And I did get hand sanitizer too, so all is well. All right, so now we're gonna go into pose number 3, which, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take him, and I'll help you do it first. So we're gonna move him into this position. Your hand goes right through the diaper. His little head's gonna end up in your elbow, and he's gonna be looking out towards me. So hang on one second. I'm gonna have this elbow. Let me get the lights moved first before you even move him. And Helen, if you wanna set up for the 6-month-old on continuous light, you can go ahead and do so. Okay, so make sure we're good here. Yep, just like that. Your hand goes right through his diaper. And I'm so sorry I cannot touch him, but for some reason my hands are just ice cubes. I would have him screaming at me. Okay, now he's a newborn. We talked about this yesterday. So his face, you can see he's like this. So I need you to take this hand and put it on his chest, like right by his collarbone. And when I start, you got it right there. You're just gonna lift him up. You see what happened there when she did that? All of a sudden we've got a cute little face. Turn him into the light a little bit more, because I am gonna speed it up a tiny bit. Beautiful. Good, and gonna turn his head. I know, sweet pea, don't get mad at me. Oh, that's chilly. Goodness. Okay, now push him up just a little bit more again. There we go. Just get his face up. There we go. Right there. Good. Turn into the light a little bit more. Got it. That thumb that's on his tummy, if you can just kind of tuck it in a little bit. Okay. So hang on. Oh, so sorry. Are you mad at us? We're going to rotate him over the top just a little tiny bit more. There you go. We let his legs relax. Same thing. Lift him up. Your elbow comes up a whole lot more. Just lift it out towards me. There you go. I'm sorry. I know. Are you mad at us? Does he take a pacifier, by the way? No. He does not. Okay. Tuck that thumb in. Hey, I know. You can't be hungry again. You just ate. Bring him forward. Is he an eater? Oh, is he hungry? All right, turn him towards the light a little more. I'm just gonna get a test real quick so I can see where the light's going, and watch. We can actually keep shooting with even a fussy baby. It's where you catch the shots. Let me have this. There we go. Tuck that thumb again. Now turn his head one more time. I know, you might be done with me, huh? Good, that's perfect. Now turn him in towards the light. Hey. Whoops, there's an arm. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. There's my guy. Hi, bud. What's that loud noise? He's going cross-eyed. He's like, oh, there we go. Much better. All right, we're losing a little light here. Now for this, we talked about you giving him a kiss. I need you to, instead of lifting him this way, lift him out away from you a little bit more. You can keep him close to your body, but just kind of lift your arms up. Your lips are going to end up right about there, but we need to lift him up again. He's sinking down the hole. Bring his head out again. Okay, and tuck that thumb. Even down at the thumb. There you go. Hey, I know. And tuck your hair back. Hang on a second. I know, bud. It's hard being a model, so lips right about there, just not pucker. There you go. And this hand, I want to see less of it if possible. So just push him up. I know it's hard. Okay, right there. Here we go. Oh, more noises. Okay, but he's going to the bathroom again. That's okay. When they're going to the bathroom, they're the best. So just lean in, lips right next to him. See, look at him. He's going, yeah, that's awesome. This is good stuff. There we go, buddy. And hang on. I'm just going to get Mom. He says, I like going. I'm going to pull your hair back one more time. So we got that shot, but I'm going to try one more time. Go over. There you go. Lips right about there. And try to push him up. Hide those fingers if you can. Just kind of go way under. Hey, buddy. I know it's hard, huh? Another thing I should note is most of our clients are instructed to have long sleeve shirts, so that her arm there would normally be pitch black, and I just need to get him up over the arm a little bit more out here. And so if this were all black, you can imagine, there you go, that's even nice. Just let him relax and that thumb in. I know. Have you had it with that pose? I've got a good version of it, so we don't have to torture you. Okay, I'm just going to wait for his face. That's perfect. I'm just going to wait for him to relax. He's close. There it is. Oh, I love, there you are. Good job, bud. Get a little more light in those eyes, and we got it. Beautiful. That's awesome. Okay. Now, I just need you to put him in a burping position, and he can go up on this shoulder here. So just like you would at home. Now, you got him? All up here. One hand under his bottom like a little cup, the other hand up on his back. That's beautiful. Let's bring him up a whole lot higher so his head is right over your shoulder. I'm going to turn his little head a little bit. Got to get his hand out here. I know. He's like, you're crazy. Now again, in my studio, if this were happening, he would be being nursed right now. The only reason we're not doing that is we have other babies we have to get in, but we would definitely stop and give him some more food, even though he had some, because he's a hungry man, huh? I'm going to bring this hand out. Sorry, sweetie. Now you can see he can be fussy. Turn your knees this way a little bit more, and your nose back that way a little bit more. There you go, and you're going to be looking into the camera. Beautiful, right there. Oops. And he's got you. Good, right there, and just lean your face into him a little bit right there. Beautiful. So we're really focusing on mom, nose back towards the light just a little bit more. I'm just going to test this first. Beautiful. Let me just get a light test. Chin that way, just to bring your body around just a hair right there. Beautiful. Again, this would be the shot that we'd want to see that cute little baby bottom. Gorgeous right there. So we're going to just fix your hair again. He's doing good. He can be as mad as he wants on this one. And just watch your fingers nice and soft. That's perfect. Okay, soft smile right at the camera. That's beautiful. Right there, good. That's excellent. Now just relax. Tilt your head the other way, close your eyes, and turn your nose in towards him. Whoa, where are you going, bud? Sorry, it was like baby torture. Your wedding went down like this. You're bring him way up and over, so his head is like relaxing. There you go. There we go. So now just tilt your head in. That's perfect. I know, sweet pea. I'm going to stop with just this shot, I promise. I'm not into baby torture. That's cute right there. Beautiful. Chin out again, and we'll let him go. Good, close your eyes again. Thumb down and on his back, and I'm just gonna come in for a tight shot right there. Beautiful. And we'll stop with that. Let's go ahead and let him out and take a break, because I don't wanna make him too crazy. Now, what I wanna show you later is what we actually got out of that. If I can get his hands and feet real quick, that would be nice. Just put him in a cradling position. Because now if he's mad, it's okay, as long as you're okay with it. So sorry. Take this hand, make a little gun like this. So tuck 3 fingers in, and you're going to actually hold on, just like that, keeping those fingers tucked in there. Oh, hi, sweetie. Gonna hang on? No way? Let's see if I can get his little thumb around. Not making him too mad. Go ahead and open up a little bit. Whoop. I know, sorry. We're like, I know, I'm sorry. There it goes. Now he's open. There you go. Got him? Good deal. You know what? Use the other hand. It'll be easier for him. So put your hand in his other hand. I'm sorry, use this hand, but use...
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, there you go.
His
Sorry.
other hand.
Correct. There we go. So he's not going to love us for it, but you're just going to lift it kind of away. I need it to be right about here is what I'm looking for, the black on your shirt. He wants to eat it. Now turn his fingers towards me a little bit more so I can see more of them. The opposite way, actually. Turn your hand in. There it is right there. Beautiful. Hang on. Now, let me just make sure the light's right. Put your lips, hang on a second. You're going to put your lips right here, and we'll be done with this shot. Sorry, hang on. I'm going to get this way out because this is just your lips.
It's like we're arm wrestling.
Exactly. Okay, whoops. I know, sweet pea, it's almost over. There it is, soft, soft, soft lips. That's gorgeous right there. 1 and 2. And now last thing, just make a little cup with your hand like this, and you're going to hold his feet just like this. I'm using the black of your shirt to light. Turn a little bit this way, or to as a background. Let me test that. Look at those cute toes. She's got some good wrinkles in there. Check that. Good, you can see the bottom of his foot's a little dark. I'm gonna bring it around just a tiny bit. I could also move the reflector in, but we're gonna let this little man take a break, and we're good to go. All right, let's let him go for just a second. Thank you. I'm gonna have you, Helen, I'm gonna have you put him in a little outfit, and we may bring him back in just for a real quick little individual so I can get you what you want.